guys already know this the main one tapping in all the way from H-Town, Houston, Texas. I'm here with my boy T.A.G.
T.A.G.
T.A.G, very nice, very evil.
Yeah, that's T.A.G shit.
The only thing we're gonna do is take over, baby.
Free fall as I dive through the kaleidoscope in my mind. No rope up to climb. Gotta remind myself that I'm fine. Mama, I don't really.
What it is, what it was, and what it do. IWC. It's your favorite people from the IWC. 2x2 belt scoop. Lil Deasley, aka the best frenemies. And we here with another TMI. Oh, let's tag me in for the uninitiated. Mr. Deasley, how you doing, sir?
I mean, well, shit, clearly I need to trim up this facial hair, man.
Over there looking grizzled. You know what I'm saying? Man. Like a young veteran over there.
That's right. Call me seasoned. Good old seasoned.
All right, well, you know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and roll into it. Blood and Guts was last night, and it was 3 matches, a couple of little segments, and we're gonna do it a little out of order because, you know, in order of excitement. But one of the matches we did get, AEW World Champion Hangman Adam Page took on 1/3 of the AEW World Trios champs Powerhouse Hobbs and a Falls Count Anywhere. Look here. That butt bump Hobbs took. All I'm saying is that's a lot of man from that height to land the way he landed and still continue. That's some real blood and guts there. Because fight would have been over. Call the medic, everything. Fight would have been over. But pretty okay, standard Falls Count Anywhere, you know. And this mainly stemmed from when Powerhouse Hobbs slammed Hangman through the tables off the stage last week on Dynamite. So, you know, this happened. But the closing moments saw Hobbs get knocked off a balcony into some tables. And Hangman with the dub. Hangman does get jumped by Shibata and Joe. Hook and Kingston come out for the save because they were trying to lower the cage. Shibata and Joe escape, and then pretty much Hangman was like, Joe, if you wanted to trap me in the cage, all you had to do was ask. So officially at Full Gear, Joseph, Hangman, steel cage match for the AEW World Championship. What you think about all of that?
I'm trying to figure if it's necessary or not, because again, kind of how we talked about before, where it's like it's the Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre situation. I mean, you're running this back to back, and it's like you're ramping up the stakes for this for ultimately what, for Joe to lose. I mean,
yeah,
what's the point? Because now if this is ramping up for Joe to take the win, then it makes sense. But you know, Hangman's already beat Joe in a regular match, so a steel cage, technically story-wise, should benefit Joe.
Technically,
you got to benefit, but I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think it all depends on how this ends or how they play it out, because I just don't. I literally can't figure it out for the life of me, for them to be like, okay, we're gonna have Hangman go over, and then that's it. Like I don't know. Like it's the weirdest. It's especially when you have a newly heel turn with Joe and Hobbs.
Yeah.
So,
and that's the other part too. Yeah, especially with a new heel turn and everything. But it's like, it's kind of like what we saying. It's like, do we really see them losing?
Yeah. So, and I know I know Kingston and Hook can play a factor in this, but I mean, even then,
Yeah.
Hangman already beat Joe clean, so it's like he really
Yep.
doesn't necessarily need anybody to beat Joe clean. You know, again, I guess I just have to wait to see how this plays out before I even render a verdict on how I feel about it.
I feel that. But yeah. All right, Dizzle, you want to talk about the men's blood and guts first or the women's?
You know what?
Because in my personal opinion, the women should have main evented.
Yeah, but see, and here's the thing about it. Before we even jump into either or, I think because the women went first, and then the men's repeated some aspects of the women's match, downplayed the men's. So, you know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and talk about the men's.
All right. So for your men's blood and guts, you had Team Death Riders, which of course consists of is it up there? Hold on. There you go. Which of course John Moxley, Pac, Claudio, Wheeler Yuta, and Daniel Garcia taking on team of Darby Allin, Orange Cassidy, Mark Briscoe, Roddy Strong, and Kyle O'Reilly. And Darby Allin and Wheeler Yuta started this match.
Mm-hmm.
And the good guys, or team conglomeration plus Darby, had the advantage. If I remember it correctly, because I just watched it again, Darby and Yuta started. Then came Orange Cassidy. Then came Daniel Garcia. Then it was supposed to be Mark Briscoe, but he was beaten up supposedly by the Uncle Callis family. But Roddy comes out instead. Then it was Claudio. Then it was Kyle. Then Moxley. Then Pac. And a battered and beaten Briscoe comes out in the end. So that was the order of the match. But let's talk about some specifics. Go ahead, Dizzle. Let them know what you're thinking.
Well, first and foremost, since we've already talked about the Hobbs stuff, this is kind of complete sidebar, but it falls in line with this.
Okay.
AEW is doing something that WWE should be doing. Is that they're starting to focus on putting the spotlight, or at least throw shit to the wall to see if it works with new people. Like with Hobbs and Hangman, like they see, it seems like they're building up Hobbs and making him look strong even in defeat. The same thing that they're doing with Kyle O'Reilly here, with the finish of this match. Because I mean, and I'm working backwards, that sequence, that submission sequence between him and Mox, was fantastic.
It was.
And it kind of pissed me off that people decide not to do more with Kyle O'Reilly, but I digress. Because of the fact that this went after the women's match, a lot of stuff was kind of rehashed, and this also goes to, and this is why the women's actually did do a lot better, because we don't tend to see a lot of the women. They actually treat the women's like hardcore matches or extreme matches a lot more special than they do with the men, because the women's stuff is kind of far and few between. I think the last like real solid like street fight or whatever between the women was probably Willow and what's Stat?
I think so.
And the fact that we can't even remember which one it actually was goes more to that, because we can sit here and put our hand in a fucking hat and then pull out about 17 fucking men's matches that happen with the Extreme Rules or any other stipulation that would bring those rules into play. But with the men, I think because this is what I meant when we were talking about this shit before, where it's like AEW does so much of this where it starts to just not feel special, because they just done this with Darby and Mox. They just did it with Hangman and Mox. They do it typically mostly with Mox, but a lot of the men are always doing stuff within the deathmatch, hardcore, extreme rules type stuff. So with this, it literally didn't feel like we were getting anything special. It just seemed like commonplace. And that's not to take away from what was going on in this match. It's just it doesn't feel like I should be paying attention because it feels like every other Dynamite. Or
I mean, especially too, it kind of like what you're saying. Even if we exclude what the women did and just literally took this match as it was, when you think about the 10 men that are here, and kind of like what you was just saying, what Darby and Mox have been doing to each other, what more could they have done?
Mm-hmm.
And frankly, when you watch the match, it kind of showed not too much. If we're really being honest, it really showed not too much.
100%. Because
other than Briscoe and Yuta fighting on top of the cage,
which
and the fire spot, but you know, I mean, well, no, I wouldn't even say the fire spot because Darby set Mox on fire. So, yeah,
I need all wrestling promotions to stop with this whole chair battle spot.
Yeah, it's a little slack. It's a little just kind of cheesy now.
Yeah, it really
is.
But yeah, I mean, everything that probably should have felt like a oh shit moment doesn't feel like it. Like, because Mox pulled out the fork as if it was supposed to get like a huge pop, not realizing that we've already seen this shit in the majority of Mox matches. Because even in a regular match, he'll probably pull it out. But this is like, okay, cool, all right, thanks.
So I mean, the only difference was the fact that it was multiple people it was used on, rather than just the one opponent.
Yeah. So I just oh, and speaking of ass spots, Garcia did that power driver, and I felt it for him when he landed on that debris. That was man. Oh, the way he crawled away, or the way not crawled, the way he kneed away. I was back at being a kid again, getting hurt.
You get hurt, but you can't let nobody you got hurt. especially your mom and dad, because it's like you're gonna get in trouble, so you have to kind of walk it off. Okay. I don't understand why Gabe Kidd showed up if he wasn't going to do more than what he did. Gabe Kidd showed up with the taser. He tasered Darby, which led to them taking Darby on top of the set, setting 2 tables on fire, and Pac throwing Darby through the table. And Gabe Kidd just disappears.
Yeah. Because my thing is, normally in situations like this would be something that would lead to either a feud with either Darby and Pac or Darby and Gabe Kidd. But we've already seen Darby and Gabe Kidd, I believe, already. And again, one of the situations with this is because what the outcome of this match, what does it matter? Regardless of who wins, Death Rider's already, Mox is, look, unless they plan on kicking Mox out or turning on Mox.
Okay, at this point, they have to, which I'll talk about the closing moments in a second, but go ahead.
Yeah, because, I mean, with that whole situation, this has been a going constant. Now, it could be storytelling, and that's fine, but, I mean, with the way that it's looking, ain't looking too good for Mox. Because if nothing does come out of that specific instance, then what? Again, what's the point for the Death Riders being involved in this? And then when it comes to Darby and the conglomeration, okay, they win. So then what happens? Who's about to get elevated? I don't see anybody here. Maybe Kyle if they decide to push him the necessary way.
But the problem is, where you gonna push him to?
Yeah,
because he already had fights with Kyle Fletcher.
Mhm.
Unless they're gonna just magically slot him into the world title situation after Joe and Hangman.
Yeah.
So pretty much the closing moments is the Death Riders start to get neutralized one by one, and Kyle has an ankle lock on Mox. Mox reverses it into the bulldog choke. Kyle reverses it into an arm breaker, but then switches it up back to the ankle lock. Kind of drags Mox through the glass and everything, and Mox taps.
Yeah.
And the first thing I thought was, okay, they definitely about to get ready to kick him out now. I'm intrigued to see how this plays out if this group just continues like normal.
Yeah. You know what I thought was going to happen? Because there for a split second, I really thought that maybe, just maybe, Roderick Strong was going to join the Death Riders.
Ooh, that would have been interesting.
And secured the win for them, and he probably would have been the one that took out Mark Briscoe.
So the only thing I thought somebody else was going to come in to help, since they was playing off of that whole idea of Briscoe getting beat up. I just thought, they was going to just get a surprise fifth.
That's what I thought.
That was gonna just kind of be like, hey, I'm not gonna let y'all do this, type of energy. But
But alas, we did not. Which and another thing, and this is more funny than anything, Roderick Strong 3 for 3 with these damn tables. He finally got them broke, but at the same time,
the fact that they were using real ass tables was crazy. Them tables were not gimmicked. But yeah, Roddy finally got him one.
Yeah.
But like we said, Darby, Briscoe, Cassidy, Strong, and O'Reilly gets the dub. So I'm definitely waiting to see what's the fallout of this. Because, at least with the women, once again, it really should have went on last. It makes more sense with some of the fallouts that happened in this match, considering what's coming up. But let's get into it. The women's Blood and Guts match was a 6-on-6, and it featured the team of TBS champ Mercedes Moné, Megan Bayne, Marina Shafir in the Triangle of Madness, which of course is Tekla, Sky Blue, and Julia Hart, taking on the team of the AEW Women's Champ, Chris Statlander, Toni Storm, Willow Nightingale, Mina Shirakawa, Jamie Hayter, and Harley Cameron. Sky Blue and Willow Nightingale started the match, and shout outs to Sky Blue. The fact that she got busted open so early and was bleeding the way she was bleeding for over 40-something, 50-something minutes and was still continuing was astonishing. She was definitely MVP status for that match.
Yep.
Kyle O'Reilly too for the men's, but definitely Sky Blue definitely earned a lot of my respect in this match.
She was doing it and looking good while she was doing it.
And that was the crazy part. That was the crazy part. That's what made it even crazier. Now let me see if I remember this order. It was Sky Blue, Willow, then it was Julia, then it was Harley, then it was Tekla, then it was Hayter.
Yes.
If I remember correctly.
That's right.
Then it was Megan. Then it was Stat. Then it was Mercedes. Then it was Mina. Then of course Marina, and then Toni Storm. So that was the order of how it went.
Yes.
No, I'm skipping somebody. I think I skipped Harley, but okay, but yeah.
Oh, you said Harley.
Okay. And even what you said, even if you took all of the spots that the women did, it still felt fresh and refreshing because, like you were saying earlier, we're not used to seeing the women do this.
Mm.
But if you would have took every spot that the women did and put it in the men's match, it would have been like, okay, cool, violence, punishment, okay. But shout outs to the spot Julia Hart and Tekla of them, fitting through the truss and able to escape to, get the key from the ref and everything. It was like, what is happening here? Also, too, I know we talked about it with Kenny Omega, but the fact that Mercedes was able to hand the title to every woman on her team to use as weapons, that's a flex. That's a flex beyond a flex. She was able to hand every woman on her team a championship to use as weapons. That is a flex. I don't care what anybody says.
2 times over.
And that's the funny part. It could have been 2 times over. But
yeah, that actually made, because at first I was like, why are we doing like it was a split second, like, okay, why are we doing this shit with her entrance when she got her belts and shit? But then I was like, oh wait, nope, that speaks to her character because she would be the type to do that. But then you get that and it's like, okay, so it all ties together. A lot of this stuff ended up making a lot of even the order of this match made a lot of sense, because to have Willow out there first, which Willow, you got no business looking as good as you do, girl.
Look, I keep look, only because you said it, I keep telling everybody, if we are talking about the women of today, Willow Nightingale is the all-time crush of the women of today. Like, my goodness.
Yeah, a big time. Big time.
My goodness.
Yeah, the fact that the layout, which I was paying attention to it, and I was like, wait, everything about this makes sense. Having Willow go out there to basically be their front runner, be their tank of sorts, and to powerhouse through this shit, and then to have Julia, and then of course with Brian being on commentary, and then beefing up Sky, because a lot of people would be like, well, I ain't letting Sky maybe have the weak link, but then
exactly,
you know what, and I'm about to geek out a little bit because this reminded me of Gundam Wing. For all my anime lovers out there, there's a scene in Gundam Wing where Zex is taking on Catra. Catra is basically like the smart guy, and so Catra is talking. He's like, oh, I get what you do. You're coming after me because you're trying to take out the weak link. And so Zex goes, no, I'm taking out the brain.
Ooh, fire.
And so it's just like having moments like that where people talk up people in a way that makes the shit make sense. And he's talking about like how, she's good in these situations. Her cardio tank is fantastic. And then just to beef that up, and then of course the blood spot happens after that, and then you start to see it. So it's like, yes. Then of course you get Harley coming out, the whole tag team aspect, because it's like, okay, well, if we're gonna have Willow out there, let's go ahead and get her tag partner out there, so that way they can have that synergy. And then, of course, and you have Triangle of Madness. Basically, all 3 of them come out back to back. So it's like, okay, we're gonna everything just worked out the way it needed to work out. Then have Megan Bain come out there to try to clear house, and then Mercedes didn't really do too much,
I mean, remember, she didn't want to be in anyway.
Yeah, she didn't have to. And then Marina Shafir basically being the fucking closer and shit.
Hey, Marina, all I'm saying is that's a bad woman. Okay.
Yeah. Coming
That's a
out there
bad
barefoot.
woman. That's a bad woman. And kind of like what I was saying earlier, we have the fact that at Full Gear, Mercedes is challenging Stat for the world championship. So that made sense for this to be in this match. Then they even said Marina and Megan and Mina and Tony are on the same bracket, though Mina and Tony got to get through Riho and Alex Windsor, and Megan and Marina got to go against T.A.G. It's still they're on the collision course. So we had the stories in here that made this even better.
Yes. Which you see this shit, WWE, you see how they can have a tournament and then still have shit going on even in between. They don't gotta rush through the fucking tournament.
Right.
It's like,
right.
So I miss old WWE because they used to do this. They used to do this shit. This is why King of the Ring used to be as big as it was, because of shit like that. But you know, I digress again. They're killing it when it comes to these aspects. Because I was gonna scoff at the idea of a woman's blood and guts because I didn't know, you know, because you look at it like the comparison to like a War Games, because you got War Games coming up and it's like oh, blood and guts is right here too. So, you know, but they did what they needed to do.
Yes.
There were certain things that they didn't need to do. Talking about that fucking mirror spot, but you know, hey,
dude,
what it is.
Tony took that mirror smooth to the face.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
Like, sheesh. Like, my goodness.
And you know what? Even with the way that this finished, it still spoke to the story because because commentary did talk it up to being like, okay, they figured that the only way to take them out is to figure out their weakness, and they realized Tony's weakness was her relationship with Mina, and it's just like dope. Give me more of that. Make all this shit just continue to make sense, because TK, the more that you guys do this, the more that you can gain your favor back with the people that you probably lost along the way.
Yes.
Stop competing with WWE in that aspect. Keep doing those office commercials that you're doing. Keep doing those.
Fire.
You know, and then keep telling good stories and giving us good matches. You continue to do that and stop worrying about WWE and whatever the fuck they're doing. You're gonna be straight.
Yep, I agree. 1000%.
So that's my 2 cents on that. But yeah, this match solid from top to bottom. I did enjoy this throughout the entire show. Like this, yeah.
Now the only thing is, if people thought the whole FTR Ricky the Dragon Steamboat segment was a little awkward, Ric Flair was supposed to be a part of that segment, but apparently they said like a sickness or something happened. So, you know, Rick had to get up out of there. So it was end up just being Ricky Steamboat, eventually being saved by Brodito with FTR and Big Stoke. So, but pretty much Blood and Guts. It was a enjoyable watch because I had watched it again before we recorded to make sure I had everything fresh, and I was like, I would have had a ball being in that arena to watch that show. Like, I would have had a ball. Like that definitely would have been a show that would have been like, hey, I do not want to miss. But all right, this one. Where do we want to go next? Do we want to talk about some things that happened on SmackDown and Raw, the PWI, or West Side Gun? What do you want to? Which adventure you want to take on next?
I don't want to end on a sour note, so let's go ahead and deal with this West Side Gun stuff, because do we have any more details on it outside of him just getting kicked out?
Nothing yet. All right, so West Side Gun was recently at a show in Buffalo. Apparently he said he paid like $5,000 for his seats. 3 minutes into the show, security comes, kicks him out. And not only that, he's also alleging that he's getting a cease and desist from WWE, which is entailing that they don't want him to use the images that he used for his album covers, and the fact that he also uses audio in his music as well. So all of that. Now, on the Joe Budden podcast, they talked about it yesterday, and pretty much they were kind of split in the room on the subject. And some were saying, we were cool with you until you became competition. Though fourth rope isn't a major thing, you still have your own promotion. We know you've been working with AEW, especially with the Syndicate, and we hurt people, stuff like that. So they was coupling all of that by saying they can see why he was kicked out if all of that was a factor. But the other half of the room was saying he's still a fan. Y'all could have talked to him and been like, hey, you can be here, just don't be promoting fourth rope, or you can be here and this, that, and the third. But for a man that we know is a huge wrestling fan and a man who has been helping putting your brand out there, that's crazy that y'all did him like that. And Westside Gunn responded by saying, he's pretty much not fucking with the E no more. He's not promoting. He's not talking about him. He's done. Something that he loved as a kid. It just been pretty much, they pretty much broke his heart, if we want to just put it in perspective. They pretty much broke his heart. But no official details have came out.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it's very much petty. And this is one of the situations where it's unfortunate and it's absolutely sad to go to the lengths that WWE would go to just to kick him out, because if you think about it, there's no real legitimate reason to kick him out, because I'm pretty sure he paid for the tickets to be there.
Yeah, he did.
So that makes this shit even more scummy, because just because this person went over, like, I don't understand. I don't understand this aspect of it, because you go tit for tat with AEW because of the stuff that they would do, but then you would do the same thing in comparison to somebody else. Because I don't think there's ever been a report of AEW kicking anybody out because they fuck with WWE. I'm pretty sure,
not that I know of,
that they've allowed people to go there,
Yeah.
And of course we've had situations where there have been like a Britt Baker or a Ricky Starks that have gone backstage in WWE, but I think that's more so due to the connection with either significant others or close friends, talking in respect to Adam Cole and Cody Rhodes. But I don't know if there's been any other situation where there hasn't been an attachment from somebody from AEW that's been backstage in WWE, because we've heard a lot of reports of people saying that they went to an AEW show or did something with AEW and then they weren't allowed backstage. Yeah. You've never heard it the other way around, where somebody went to WWE and then not allowed backstage. Because I think even Maven had stated that he went to AEW show, go to the WWE show, but I think he said that even he had an issue going to the WWE show because of what he did with it, or got backlash because of what he, going to an AEW show or something like that. So I don't know, man. It's just weird, because I mean, what's the point?
Exactly.
All you're doing is getting bad press for yourself. Because I don't think there's anybody that's on WWE side being like, oh yeah, kick him out. or that was justified, because there's not one thing that I can remotely think about that would be justifiably correct with kicking somebody out. A paying fan at that, now if he's somebody that they gave comp tickets to, then I can be like, oh, okay, maybe. But if he paid for his own tickets and you kicked him out for nothing, this is pretty much along the same scummy lines as having somebody have like an AEW shirt and then being told to take it off or turn it inside out at a WWE show. That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
But yeah, especially since nothing officially has came out with it, so yeah,
I'd sue. Go take legal action. Go.
I mean, he may think about it. And we'll say the PWI for the last thing to talk about before we head out. All right. So since the last show, we did talk about the Time Is Now tournament, and at the time, we only knew the first two matches, which was Damian Priest versus Rusev and Sheamus versus Shinsuke, which we'll get to in a minute. On SmackDown, we had two other matches announced. So this Friday, we're going to get Jey Uso taking on The Miz, and we're also going to get LA Knight taking on an opponent that Nick Aldis did not want to announce. He saw it and he was like, nah, I'm going to say the surprise for Friday. So, yeah. And this Monday on Raw, to mention what I said before, Rusev beat Damian Priest. Sheamus beat Shinsuke, so they will continue on in the tournament. And then the next two sets of matches were announced. Give me a second while I get the graphic. We have NXT's Javon Evans taking on the returning Gunther. And Solo Sikoa, once again, Adam Pearce took out the name, and he was like, nah, y'all gonna have to wait till Monday to find out. So these are the last four men that's going to be on the Raw side, and then of course on SmackDown we'll know the last ones on that side to round out, the whole tournament to determine who's going to face John Cena at his final match on Saturday night's main event. So this Raw was in Boston for reasons. Triple H opened the show, and he was long-winded as fuck before he let John Cena finally come out there and, talk to the crowd. And in the process, Dirty Dom comes out there, and Dirty Dom gets in Cena's face, and Cena said one of the most fire things I heard somebody say. He was like, I'm at home. We're not just anywhere in the world. I'm at home. And when I am at home, I am invincible. And Dominic was like, man, fuck all of that. I'm still Dirty Dom. I'm still champ. And I'll beat your ass in your era, and I can beat your ass in this era. And Triple H was like, all right, then. Dirty Dom, John Cena, Intercontinental Championship. Let's go. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Your new Intercontinental Champion, and to finally complete the Grand Slam, Jonathan Anthony Felix Cena from West Newbury, Massachusetts. Shout outs to that boy Joseph on Instagram. I love that man's page. But yes, John Cena is your new Intercontinental Champion. Mr. Deasley, how you feeling about, them finally giving it to Cena, and that way he's now Grand Slam?
This is one of the things.
Hold on. Not only was he Grand Slam, but damn near right away.
The roll out of this shit is crazy. Yeah, it's one of the things that actually makes the most sense. Because we talked about this maybe weeks ago, and I had said that if Dominic was to lose that title, to Cena, it would make sense because all you got to do, because I mean, Cena's probably going to retire with that title, and there's going to be a tournament more than likely, and then Dom can easily win that title back because it would make sense for his character with him talking about how he's the greatest Intercontinental Championship of all time. This would just be another notch on his belt for him to keep talking more shit. Or, you can hold off on it because you can still do it, but you can hold off on it and then have him just deal with the AAA stuff, have somebody else win that title, play with other people for a little bit. And then if it doesn't work out, pivot right back to Dom. But yeah, and this is the perfect rub that Dom needed as well, because they allowed him to go out there and jaw jack not only to Cena but to Triple H as well. And I thought that was a good thing for him because he seems way more comfortable. Like he is in his bag at this point. So Dom is set. He's set. So yeah, this is one of the title changes again that makes sense for both people involved. So I'm here for it.
All right. Did you get a chance to watch Raw?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so hold on. There he goes. That handsome devil known as Yoga Bombastic. So fantastic. That heartthrob.
Oh,
in the building. Now
that guy.
We also got a chance to see what War Games is looking like come later on this month. So there was a segment of CM Punk. He was coming out there talking his talk, and Logan Paul comes out. And Logan Paul pretty much is saying, yeah, I made my choice because after Brunson hit me with that tsunami, I realized I ain't trying to be dealing with this week after week, big dog. He was like, week after week of getting beat up by them? Nah, I'm good. So I'd rather just see the vision. So, of course, with that, Braun and Heyman comes out. And when they surround the ring, Jey Uso out of nowhere slides in, and then Cody slides in. So we get this standoff between these six. And, we do get a light scuffle. And when they get backstage, talking about Cody, Jay, and Punk, Regal comes out of nowhere and yells out War Games. So as of now, the men's War Games is Bronson, Braun, and Logan taking on Jay, Punk, and Cody.
Mm-hmm.
So, how y'all feeling about that so far?
I haven't decided yet.
Okay.
It's and the thing is, it's only because Cody's involved.
Yeah.
That's the because I mean, and God damn it, man.
All right, get it off. Go ahead.
Because I mean, clearly, we're about to get Drew McIntyre on the War Games team.
Yes.
And I just don't need Drew to take another fucking L. So unless you, which I mean, more than likely they're probably going to give Vision the W on this. I don't know. But it's I don't know. Some of this kind it feels, it doesn't feel right. It just something feels off about it because like who do we get? We get Jay, we get Punk, we get Cody. More than likely we get La Knight. Because we're doing 5-on-5, right?
5-on-5, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the fifth
so who's the fifth? Yeah.
Would probably be Cena.
That was
I
a rumor.
could see that. I could see that
because if we get Cena, then we got a legitimate reason to get Brock.
So one rumor that was shut down that for the good guy side that the last two was going to be Roman and Cena.
Oh,
and pretty much kind of have an Avenger style team, but apparently that idea was shut down. So of course it could be a fake out, but there could be an idea that Cena, Roman, Jay, Cody, and Punk could form this Avenger style team.
Yeah, because Cena hasn't been in War Games, so then I would have to say him and Roman then. I would have to say that, because then the other two would be Brock and Drew.
And Drew.
Uh-huh.
That's not. Wait. So Brock, Drew, Logan Paul,
And Braun.
and then Braun and Braun.
Uh-huh.
You know what? Fair enough. I can call that an Avengers level threat.
Yeah, so but we shall see. We shall see. I mean, we still got a couple more weeks until Survivor Series. So, but what we're gonna spin into a little bit, the women's team is pretty much almost laid out. But as far as the men, we still got to fill out the rest of the field. So yeah. Also, Stephanie McCure defended her women's championship against Raquel of the Judgment Day, and Stephanie retains, and to nobody's surprise at all, Nikki Bella betrays Stephanie McCure, and it was like, girl, we saw this shit coming a mile away. Then she pulled the sting. She rips off the red shirt to reveal a black shirt under it, and it was like, what the fuck? Why?
Now she's gonna start being a bitch. I don't know.
Apparently,
I had to double back because I was like, wait, was she wearing something different when she was like, was there something? Because I'm like, no, it was the same fucking.
Is she
shirt. Like,
even those even shorts?
That's what she wrestles in.
I mean, yeah, it's just been a while since I've seen a Divas era wrestler.
But yeah, like I said, and the funny thing is, she was out there to back up Stephanie because she even beat up Roxanne and everything, and even fended off Roxanne. But then when Stephanie got up to celebrate the fact that she retained, Nikki blasted her in the back with the belt, and it was like. But then, like I said, she gets to the apron, rips off the red shirt to reveal a black variant of the same shirt, and it was like, sure, okay.
Like, you trying to tell us that's your semblance of being a heel now? It's like,
I'm gonna go watch a certain bald Brit tell me about this and see how he reacts to this shit.
So,
up Simon.
Yeah, that's Simon guy.
Also, a moment that happened on SmackDown that also carried over to last night. Charlotte did take on Nia Jax, and Alexa Bliss was getting her ass beat by a woman who came out the crowd, and that woman ended up being Lash Legend. So, Lash, congratulations for now being on the main roster and paired up with Nia Jax. But the main event was the Kabuki Warriors taking on Charlotte and Bliss. And of course, what Jaeger likes to use due to some distractions, interference, and confusion.
Nah, say it with your chest.
Those are some dicks. Now, we do have new women's tag champions.
Rightfully so.
The Kabuki Warriors are back on top of the women's tag division. And with that, we do get a moment where Nia, Lash, and the Kabuki Warriors was beating down Bliss and Charlotte. And then in the process, music hits upon music hits. And then we get pretty much this. A returning Io and a returning Rhea. And Rhea grabs the mic, yells out War Games. So now we know Charlotte, Rhea, Io, and Bliss so far are taking on the team of Lash, Nia, and the Kabuki Warriors.
Only thing I'm not happy about with this, William Regal didn't show up for this one. Come on, man.
I know, right?
That's because Rhea is now the female voice for War Games.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Yeah.
I mean, that's fair. That's a very fair. That's very fair. But still, I just want William Regal to just show up every year in the middle of a crowd and just go, War Games!
Yeah, they relegated him to the backstage to do it.
I know, right?
Did a nice little call. It's like Regal.
Yeah, he just like literally he was literally just summoned.
Yeah.
I
But-
swear to God, I need like a Batman signal to go up for like
That
next
would
year
be-
for the next one.
Funny as hell.
Yeah, it seems like we're gonna get Becky and AJ.
I can see that.
For this
because
one?
AJ,
Yeah.
Yeah,
because AJ's been out and she has been working to get back in to ring shape. I knew it. I knew that match with Becky and Punk and Seth was really just to get her feet wet with everything, so that way she could.
I get 1000%.
Absolutely,
So,
bro.
yeah.
How is AJ in better shape now than she was like back then?
No, her diet
know,
switch
right?
up.
Her diet's fantastic. I gotta get on that shit. She is cut.
Right?
I can't wait to see her back.
Mm-hmm.
Especially
Me
for
either.
something like this, because this is gonna be crazy. I can only imagine. I can only imagine what we're about to get. Now, if it
Yeah.
from two
About to
completely
watch
different
stuff.
people, then I have no
Fuck
idea.
out of that pay-per-view.
But
Wait, what?
no, I said if it's two completely different people other than Becky and AJ, then I have no idea.
The only other two I can think of is Jade and Tiffany.
You said Jane? Like
Jade.
JC Jane?
Oh, with Jade, but
Jade.
yeah, Jade and Tiffany still wouldn't make sense for me either. Though.
Well, it wouldn't, but I'm just saying that's the only other two that
Jade. Yeah.
that Jade and
Jade
Tiffany
would-
are the other two, but who knows at this
you know
point.
what? You know what? No, wait, never mind. No, that might be too convoluted to throw Nikki and Stephanie into this match. Because I don't know if that makes that much sense.
It might be only because it would be different if the Judgment Day was involved at least. But since the Judgment Day is involved, then yeah, hell, it may be just be Nikki and Stephanie for the championship at Survivor Series.
That's what I'm thinking too.
So
So
it
then,
may just do that.
When is Survivor Series?
The 29th.
Of this
like-
one?
So literally a week after Full Gear. Okay.
Yep, we got the full gear. Yep.
All right. Damn.
There's just so much wrestling in the world, guys.
Well, then that means that
is.
whatever happens next week with Becky and Maxine,
Maxine,
set up the rest.
Yeah,
All right.
most likely. All right, Dizzle. Do you have any thoughts and feelings about this little ongoing situation with these two ladies here?
Oh man. Oh, do I?
Yeah, it looks like the Five Gum Fire and Ice combo. But I'm just gonna go ahead and just acknowledge my own ignorance. Tell me about these two.
Jaeger, you was at Collision, and
Yeah.
and Collision there was supposed to be it was a women's tag match. It was T.A.G versus Maya World and Han. Well,
Yes.
it was supposed to be T.A.G versus these two ladies,
Oh.
and apparently there's been multiple stories. I know Nixon and Miranda went on Twitch and kind of explained some things, but it all stemmed from they didn't just want to wrestle a 3-minute match.
So they just
And-
actively protested by not showing up.
No, they were there. They left. And apparently Maya World and Han were called in and, they were able to, scramble, get it all together. But it's been kind of a messy situation. So that's why I want Mr. Dizzle, since, Nixon is his is one of his crushes, so I want Dizzle to speak on it.
So is that fire or ice? I'm sorry, man. I'm being rude.
Nixon is Tegan Knox, or formerly Tegan Knox.
Yeah.
So that would be ice behind. Yeah.
Bro, she does not look anywhere near the same as she did in the WWE. But yes, I'll let you continue, sir.
I'm gonna try to be gentle with this. I mean, because we all know, there's no surprise, how, my affinity for old Nixon, and since she's now a fellow Houstonian, kind of have to, because
don't have to what?
I'm trying because so there some level of gentle parenting here when it comes to this. Because of the fact that there are conflicting stories, and at this point it's a bunch of he say she say, or she say
it
she
is 1000%.
It's still going to be bad on their end. And by there, I mean Nixon and Miranda. Because of the fact that this isn't a situation where you can call your shot. When it comes to AEW, you both are still relatively new, regardless if you have a contract, an agreement, so on and so forth. You have to play by their rules. Now, do I disagree with the fact of them getting a 3-minute match? 100%, because AEW has been known to throw all types of minutes at bullshit matches all the time. And when you have a notable name, like a Nixon, who's a former Tegan Knox from WWE, you would want to highlight those people, especially if you're putting them on a secondary show like Collision. Now, I don't know. Again, I don't know if the discrepancy or their want to go over was there. Maybe they were okay with doing the job. Maybe this whole thing just stemmed around them just wanting more time. If that's the case, then give them more time. It's as simple as that. Now, if we have a situation where it was a walkout due to that, then that's a problem, because again, and a lot of people can probably get on us about us defending Naomi and Sasha Banks about leaving their shit and walking out, but that was a completely different situation. These are people who have tenure in a. Go ahead.
I would say so. To kind of interject, apparently when they did their Twitch stream, Nixon and Miranda pretty much said they had a conversation with the officials, and it didn't seem as dramatic as people are making it seem. That it was like, hey, we talked to them, we voiced our displeasure. They was like, all right, cool. Boom, 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 boom. So
if everybody was cool with it, why is it an issue?
Well, and
I guess because of course it's those initial reports. But go ahead, this one.
Yeah, and which goes to the he say she say part, because everybody's gonna have like their own version of the story. Now, until AEW officially comes out and corroborates that story, then it's pretty much just gonna be up in the air. So all we can do is speculate. So that's why I'm more on the line of looking at it from a company perspective, where it's like it's just not something that you do, which is why it's also a hard situation to defend, especially when it comes to couples, because it's which is why people don't hire couples like that. Especially when you have situations like this. Now, you may have couples that work together, but even with WWE, most of the time, if not all of the time, those couples are hired on separately. Like one comes in and then the other comes in. There's never a situation where they both come in at the same time. We can the perfect example would be Scarlett and Karrion, because Scarlett was hired first and then Karrion was brought on. So with this situation where you have Nixon and Miranda basically calling their shots as a duo, and basically doing everything together, that can automatically cause an issue. And I'm not saying that that's what they're doing, but it's going to always come off like that because, again, you're dealing with this situation with them being a tag team. So my only defense for them in this situation is to get their shit in writing. You know, that way they can corroborate everything and they can make sure that at least their story is straight. But at the end of the day, a lot of it is pretty much against them because, again, they're fresh meat in a company that they don't have tenure in. So it's always going to look bad on their part unless the company itself comes out and states, hey, this is what happened. They're right. They didn't do anything wrong. You know, we just had a misunderstanding. But until that happens, it's always going to be looked at upon them as the problem. And that's unfortunate. So, but yeah, so
super
Better
duper.
said. And
Okay.
let's also talk about our favorite superstar here, Andrade. And I'm pretty sure y'all are like, hey, wow, we talking about Andrade.
I thought we said we can't talk about him.
Oh no, we can, because this past weekend, I think it was, Andrade walked out of the Crash. What was that? Crash 9th anniversary wrestling event in Mexico last Friday. So they said Andrade was on the show, probably the main attraction. He was there signing autographs, and then he left. So, per his non-compete, he can't wrestle in America for a year. He can wrestle anywhere else.
okay.
He can wrestle everywhere else but America.
But it's Andrade, and I hate to make the sound where it's going to sound. Is he starting to become too much of a problem?
You mean, is he becoming an Alberto Del Rio?
Whoa. I didn't throw out anything that incendiary, but if the shoe fits.
His
I don't think he's going that far, and I know that you weren't saying that.
Yeah,
but continue, Dizzle.
No, I think it's more of just him. It's more becoming an unprofessional thing, and again, we've said it already. He's not checking everything. He's not crossing his T's and dotting his I's before he does shit. Everything that he does seems to just be impulsive.
Very.
Like, because again, if that clearly you ain't reading your contract, man. Because if you wrestle outside of the US, that should have been your first thing that you could have done, and then just waited. You could have still, because then at this point now, all the people that defended him when it comes to, oh, well, this man can't make any money. Why can't he make any money? Well, shit. If you have the option to still make money, your contract just says that you can't do it at this specific place. Okay, so then go where you can actually make your fucking money, so that way you can then go back and then start doing the shit that you want to do when the time is right. 90 days, bro. 90 fucking days.
That's all you had to do, and now you have to sit this shit out a year.
Yeah, I just Andrade, look, bro, Andrade.
That's the biggest shake. This is why I joke about him being on an Alberto Del Rio level, because you've got to be on some kind of a drug to not fucking be able to count to 90 goddamn days after you've done it twice already.
That is also true too.
But aside from that, man, you could have been wrestling in New Japan, rocked it out for 3 months. You could have been wrestling in AAA, CMLL, like whatever. Divorce must be rough.
But yeah, all right. Our last story segment before we get to the get it off your chest. The PWI Women's 250 was released, and we see that Mercedes Moné is number 1 and Toni Storm is number 2. Now, for those who are unfamiliar with the PWI, they usually do this yearly list. It's 250 with women, 500 with men. And I'm going to go ahead and read you the criteria. It is in-ring achievement, win-loss records, championships, and tournaments won, influence, visibility and prestige within a promotion or the industry, technical ability, variety of moves, quality of matches, and in-ring storytelling, competition, success against the most varied and highest quality opponents, activity, minimum 10 single matches totaled, or barring this, 6 such matches in separate months. The evaluation
6
period.
what matches?
6 matches in like separate months. It's weird the way they have it.
So either 10 on your win-loss record or 6 matches in as many months.
Yeah. And the time frame, October 1st, 2024 to September 30th of 2025. That is the time frame they went off of.
Okay.
So, gentlemen, I'm going to ask you this. Do you want me to read the top 20? Like, how many of the names you want me to read off? Because I'm going to do top 20.
You know what? Top 15.
Top 15? All right. So, top 15, starting from 15, Lyra Valkyria. Then we have Starlight Kid, Nia Jax, Starlight Kid. They didn't say what promotion.
That's fucked.
Nia
That's
Jax.
fucked. You should list promotions.
I agree. I agree. Nia Jax at number 13, Liv Morgan at number 12, JC Jane at number 11, and now we're getting to the top 10. Number 10, we have Rhea Ripley. Number 9, we have Naomi. Number 8, we have Sarai, which was Sarai in NXT, if y'all remember that. Number 7, we have Athena. 6, Io Sky. 5, Stephanie Verker. 4, Tiffany Stratton. Number 3, Saya Kamatani. And like I said, 2, Timeless Tony Storm. And 1, Mercedes Moné. Now, if you're wondering, Chris Statlander was 16, Jordan Grace was 17, Mayu Awatani was 18, Mizuki was 19, and Blake Monroe was 20.
Okay. Wait.
Top 20.
Where? I know this person's name has to be in here somewhere.
What's that?
But what's her name?
If you say it, I'll look for it.
Mara Sade.
Oh, Mara Sade. Let's see. I know she
Mara
is.
Sade. Am I saying it right? Mara Sade.
Yeah, the former Jakara Jackson. Let's see. Mara is trying to see if the name sticks out.
Hit that control head.
I'm not. Oh, she's 236.
Damn.
Yeah. All right, gentlemen. We have another list on our hands. So, what do y'all think about the list? What do y'all think about the list and pretty much the top 20 that I listed?
Mara Sade is too damn fine to be 236, but that's a personal opinion. Anyway, I'm not mad at it. I would be happier if PWI would include the promotions that these women wrestle in.
I'm pretty sure in the magazine they do, but this article I'm looking at didn't.
Okay, I see what you mean. I'm gonna let you go ahead and take it, man. I don't think I really can contribute to the insights on this.
The Starlight Kid, the name I mentioned, works in Stardom.
No, that makes sense.
Oh, and before Dizzle goes, this is the first time in 12 years that a WWE woman isn't in the top 3.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
This is already making me laugh.
No, I mean it's, and this is gonna sound bad. I don't want it to sound bad because it's not meant like that. But So Mercedes has had a full like record breaking year for the women. And this is why these lists kind of piss me off, because it seems like it's meant to just pepper on Mercedes in a way.
I can see that.
Because Toni Storm is rightfully, I mean, you can easily put her at number one, but
you absolutely could,
because of the fact of she pretty much with her and Mariah May at the time pretty much revitalized the women's division in AEW. And the fact that she went from being probably a leftover bystander as a character in AEW before she made the switch, she was able to reinvent herself into a completely new character that is beloved by the fans as a whole. And then on top of that, able to reinvent her moveset, her gimmick as a whole, and just everything, like, and then still be able to maintain that popularity and the in-ring ability to be able to do like that. That pretty much speaks to everything here, because you have the achievement with her with the women's championship. You have the influence because you're able to take something that was like an old school gimmick, something that probably wouldn't work anywhere else, and for her to be able to say, hey, I want to bring back or highlight or pay homage to the women that put women's wrestling on the map by doing it like that. Then being able to, again, the technical ability to be able to switch your own style up and then weave it through the new age. And then again, still going down competition. She's been taking on every fucking person that she could. And then she has been completely fucking active this entire time. So yeah, Mercedes, not to take anything away from her, she's been wrestling too, but it's hard to put her in anything other than like the showy category, because everything is for the aesthetics, because that's what it looks like. That's not to say that she's not doing it. I'm saying from the outside, it looks good. It looks absolutely good to have all these titles. But when you think about all the promotions that she got these titles from, they're not going to be a lot of promotions that people are watching and being like, oh, you see she defended this belt against so-and-so. And that's the difficult part about it, because it's hard to see shit that isn't that visible. Because we'll hear about it, like if she wins a belt or if she defends a title, we'll hear about it from somebody's social media page, but it's not something that's highlighted on an AEW or anybody's wrestling YouTube where they'll cover it like that. So it's and maybe they'll change it, but that's the only problem that I have with that, because putting her like it now, if they put her like at a number 5 or something like that, I'd be like, okay, that's solid. But when you put her at number 1 over a Toni Storm, after what Toni Storm has done, it's weird. And that's the same thing with Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton doesn't deserve to be there. Like, yeah, she didn't take any fucking L's. Like, cool. But what
she's getting written like Charlotte.
But that's the thing. It's all written, because you can say the same thing about Toni Storm, but at least Toni Storm shit absolutely makes sense for her, because there's been a drastic change. You could take anybody in Tiffany Stratton's place, you can put them there and have the same fucking effect. You could have done the same thing with Jade and it would have been the same thing. Like, there's nothing that separates.
You can do the same
Tiffany.
thing with Stephanie Vaquer.
You could absolutely, because again, all it is just a place setter. You can't take anybody and have them do what Toni Storm did, or take anybody and have them do what a Mercedes does. Well, I mean, you could do with Mercedes, but again, Mercedes also has an in-ring ability and appeal, because and this goes to the same fact of when Mercedes when she first walked out and was wrestling all over the world, people were praising her. It wasn't until after she started winning all these championships that she started getting the backlash, which is par for the course when it comes to like a Roman, a Cena. Everybody goes through that. This is just a situation that she has to deal with. But yeah, Athena deserves to be on this list for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Naomi, absolutely. I would put Naomi higher.
Yeah, I definitely don't think Naomi should be 9.
Now, now she was cut short because I think this year would have been her year because she also did something that she was along the lines of what Toni Storm was doing. She was on track to do exactly what Toni Storm was doing with her reinvention. So, yeah, Rhea.
Yeah, damn it, man! Freaking teach your man to pull out. What the fuck?
Hey, you. I mean, at the end of the day, that is his wife.
Wait, you say what?
I said at the end of the day, that is his wife. So
yeah,
I'm talking about Jimmy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
So
I probably would have put Liv in top 10.
Oh yeah. Oh.
All right. Yeah. Because she was 12.
Yeah, I would have easily slotted her in top 10. Because you could take Stephanie. I don't know if Stephanie deserves to be number 5. I can keep her in the top 10, but I personally probably would have slotted her maybe like a 12.
8. I would have done 8.
Actually, to be honest, you could swap around Stephanie and Naomi if that's the case.
Yeah, true.
True. Yeah,
but Tiffany shouldn't be anywhere in the top 10, and that's nothing against Tiffany. That's just you. Again, you could put anybody in that position and get the same fucking result. Because there's nothing, and again, nothing against Tiffany. There's just nothing that's that special about her that's gonna set her apart from somebody else on that roster.
She's just not largely standing.
Yeah. So, yeah. Because where the fuck is Bianca? Oh wait, no,
Bianca. No, I mean no, she still would have been on the list, but they have her. Hold on, let me.
Oh wait, yeah, because because what? October. Yeah, October. Yep.
She is 56.
Damn.
Who you got? Yeager.
I was gonna say, what about goddamn Julia Hart?
Let's see, Julia Hart. They have her at 135.
Oh, I knew it was gonna be in the hundreds. Damn.
Interesting. Okay.
What about Stat? I'm sorry. Did you say Stat earlier?
Yeah, Stat was she was 16.
That's right. Yeah, she's only been a manager for the most part, but Marina Shafir?
Let's see if they have her. Let's see, Marina.
I don't know if they would.
She didn't really do much.
Oh no, they have her at 68.
She what?
They have her at 68.
Wait, she's in double digits?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yep, they have her at 68.
Why? What matches has she had?
I know she did a couple. Only a couple.
Wait, you said the rate.
Yeah,
she would have had to have had like 6 matches within 6 months because she definitely didn't have 10.
So I'm going to assume what happened with Marina, her being wrapped up with the Death Rider stuff carried her.
Yeah, but even that shouldn't be.
I agree.
Qualifier.
I agree, but I'm gonna tell you that's what happened. Her being wrapped up in the whole Death Rider storyline, and her being a focal point because she was always next to Mox. That probably that probably pushed her forward.
I call bullshit.
And Willow needs to be in the 20s then.
Okay, hold on. Let me see where my girl is at. 27.
Okay. That means she still needs to be like.
So okay.
Wait.
Hold on. So Willow is 27. Above her, of course, the top 20, but Mina Samuels, Momo Watanabe, Sol Ruka, Roxanne Perez, and Julia are
It's all the
in front
20s.
of. Well, the rest of the 20s, Chelsea Green is 28, 29 is Charlotte.
Woman can't get out of the top 50, huh?
Now, any other names y'all intrigued?
And Chelsea Green need to be.
I thought Chelsea Green would have been higher.
Yeah, same.
Mm-hmm.
Because I would I would even give Charlotte some praise for what she had been doing over the past year at this point.
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
I mean, especially over a fucking Mina Shafir.
Wait, what about? Yeah, over Mina Shafir for sure. Shit. Who was I just thinking of? I cannot. Oh, well, no, she hadn't been in action. She's not going to be on this list. There's no way
Who's
she would
that?
be on. Fuck it. Britt Baker. If she's on this list, I'm going to lose my shit.
No, she shouldn't be.
No, she's not.
No.
Wait.
Okay.
No, she's not.
I was about to say, if you're like 249, I'm going to be like, what? Why? What?
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's hard to take these damn lists seriously. I mean, to an extent.
Like, that's why I'm not, like, overly reacting.
Yeah.
It's like,
I guess
PWI, you're valid enough, but at the same time, it's like, you
I guess some other breaking news that could come out that I just saw. Apparently, Joe Hendry is officially a WWE superstar.
Good.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
This just came out?
Yeah, like I just saw it like almost 30 minutes ago, apparently, that Joe Hendry is apparently one of the sites I follow said that he's officially a WWE superstar.
That's 100%.
That's what's up, man. Good for him.
So I guess they're saying he's going to be in NXT.
Yeah, because I mean, him and Thea are going for the mixed tag championships against Ethan and Chelsea at Gold Rush. So
Weren't they like?
we'll see where it spins off from there.
Were they doing little like reveals of him, like little snippets of like little video clips of him throughout NXT?
He's been on NXT as a fixture for like the last 2-3 months. Like, you know, he's been running the gimmick of if you say his name, he just magically showed up. But yeah, so he's been there the last couple of months.
Okay. That's what's up. I like
But
it.
apparently now he's official. Yeah, so apparently now he's official WWE superstar. So.
Good deal.
But all right, gentlemen, we are at that point of the show where, you know what I'm saying, it's time to get it off your chest. You know what I'm saying? Jaeger, what you got to get off your chest in this world of wrestling?
In this wonderful world of wrestling, while we're over here going back and forth about this list, just know that Scoot and I will never beef over a wrestling list like we'll ever beef over a tier list.
He was referring to our Divas Championship tier video.
Absolutely am. But y'all can watch that video if y'all want to see, because I didn't think we were ever going to do that, but we did that, and I'm happy we did that. That shit was funny.
Oh, me too. I'm happy. I'm happy it happened too.
Yes, sir.
That was like an amazing thing that it happened.
I was like, wait, what is this? But aside from that, don't be weird with women wrestlers out there, IWC, and it's just a fucking list, so don't, like, I don't know, try and throw some super hard validations on it.
Yeah, I can feel that. Dizzle, What you got?
Not too much.
Huh?
I have a literal. Get it off your chest. Listen, women of wrestling.
Oh,
Women of wrestling. I'm gonna say primarily WWE. Listen,
Okay.
WW.
I want to
women.
look as much as the man and the gooner inside me loves to see the mishaps.
Oh.
Go ahead and just get functional gear. Like I know I will upset a lot of people that want to see the mishaps that happen. But at the end of the day, if you got to keep adjusting your stuff, and believe me,
Throughout the match.
last Friday was a very last Friday and to an extent a little bit for Monday.
Who was it Monday?
Naya during the beatdown.
Yeah.
Look, last Friday, Charlotte. Now, let me tell you, Charlotte, this
is a full on.
It was full on, and I know they tried to cut the feed, but that feed did not cut everything because it was, yeah.
That shit was all over the internet, and I wasn't even looking on the wrestling threads.
No, I was I was watching it on SmackDown when it happened, and it was absolutely.
Shit. Dang,
look,
on network TV.
Again, the gooner side of me is like, hey, I'm all for it, but if I'm trying to watch it as a fan and I want to see this in-ring stuff, it takes me out. It takes me out of it, and I know that everybody involved is really good at what they do, especially you, Charlotte, because Charlotte was handling that match like she would and she was going in, but at the same time, every time she tried to fix herself, because she was pulling out some moves, I was like, yo. Okay, Charlotte, I see you. But then it was like, I see you.
And then you said, oh, I see you.
Yeah. So, yeah. But yeah, just ladies, functional gear. You know, I love me some Stephanie if I care. And, you know, but her gear's her gear's on point. She makes sure her shit is on. And Rhea too. Rhea be wearing some of the most seductive looking stuff, but she makes sure her shit is secure.
I mean, that's what happens with leather, you know. It just
y'all, ladies, y'all talk to Rhea. You know, figure out what she got going on. And Stephanie.
And and Queen Aminata, because she does the chocolate kisses. That's what she calls them, man.
No. You're right. He does.
He's over here cracking up. I'm like, hey.
But yeah, that's my get it off your chest, and you know, ladies, I guess keep it on your chest. You know,
that's a way of putting it.
That's a way.
That's a way. I mean, look, it hurt me to say it. It hurt me to say it. Yeah, to say keep it on your chest. Look, I'm like,
no.
Look, I'm an advocate for freeing the nipple. You know, I just, you know, we just want to make sure that, you know, I still get entertained in the ring. You know, I still want that. You know.
You know what? I completely agree with you, Lip. Ladies of wrestling, you need to start advocating for an OnlyFans paid by the company.
Hey, whoa.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
How did we get here?
There it is. That's what he was just clearly saying. He clearly said that, look, the women are clearly needing to free the nipple in some capacity. If they have an outlet, a channel, a podcast even of some sort to do said freeing of nipple, Yeah, like why shouldn't you share that with the rest of the fans?
Yeah, because we got it in the Attitude Era and the Road to Aggression Era with Playboy. They had, look, we were
Jesus
all
Christ,
happy. So you know what? WWE, go ahead,
You
do
know
your
what?
deal with OnlyFans.
You know what?
Cool.
Playboy, back when gooning was acceptable.
I don't know how to respond to this.
Back it up. Back it up. Back it up. Back it up. No. Let me change that caption a little bit. Playboy, when men knew how to do acceptable gooning.
Yeah, when you
Because I shouldn't even say men. When people knew how to do acceptable gooning.
there's a thing called shame.
Yeah.
We
Plenty of people
lost
have
that.
lost that. Yeah. Oh, buddy, there's been some people that have lost some shame.
But yeah,
I don't know how to follow up any of this, so
you
Let
followed
me
would-
just
I would
remind
just-
y'all out there:
just- you
if
followed
you
up with get it
lose
on your
your
chest.
shame, if you lose your shame, you're gonna end up with it all over your chest. It's just not gonna be good.
hey, yeah, I'm so just be waffled. Yeah. Be waffled. You heard I said be waffled.
Let me get this PC set up so I can start Googling shit while we're recording.
Yeah. My get it off your chest was going to simply double back and just being like WWE apologized to West Side Gun, but
yeah, 100%.
but yeah, y'all had an epic just moment there. So WWE apologize to West Side.
Yeah.
Don't let that just happen the way that happened and just leave it the way it is.
True that.
Like, I understand he has his own promotion and all that other BS, but don't do that. Don't do that. But with that being said, TMI for the week. Dizzle, go hit him with it.
All right. Of course, people, whether you loved it, hate it, don't forget to rate it, thumbs up, thumbs down, leave all your comments, questions, concerns down below. Make sure that you tag that subscribe button, tag the notification bell, tag that like button, all that good stuff, so that way whenever we do drop something, you are completely notified and ready to watch whatever we have to drop when it drops. Now, let me just go ahead and warm up this too sweet, so we can advocate for WWE to get OnlyFans partnership with a good old bam.
The thoughts and feelings of Lip Dizzle and Jaeger are the thoughts and feelings of Lip Dizzle and Jaeger. It is not a tag as a whole. It is Lip Dizzle and Jaeger.
That's fair. Disclaimer for everybody.
I'm just saying, you can bring Mandy Rose back. You can bring Cora Jade back. You can bring so many.
You
talents
keep on
back.
talking. You go fuck around and summon Juggernaut.
But of course, until you see these handsome faces and hear these immaculate voices, we bid you all adieu. And until then, you beautiful, 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 beautiful mother effers. Tag the fucketh.
Jeez.
Dollars make a way to make a change. Gotta be insane to make them same mistakes again. So I'm switching lane to lane.